Hey guys, this is Faye from Feisworld Media. In this video, I'm gonna teach you and talk to you in a fun way, I hope, about the 10 common deductions for taxes. Hey, quick disclaimer before I get started. I am not a professional accountant, and I don't replace or pretend to be one. I believe that there is a way for all of us, non-accountants, to understand how taxes works. Sometimes other freelancers will take me out for coffee or a meal to consult me on some of the things, website design, how to grow your business. Then they pull out a credit card, and it's their personal credit card. I am someone who always want to jump in and say, hey, did you know that this is a business expense? Well, the good news is, once you understand and you go through this video, it will become trivial. It will be part of your muscle memory to know when to pull out the right credit card and to put all your business expenses on those cards. In fact, it makes it a lot easier if you have a single bank account and a single card to manage everything. I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Found. And Found enables us to have a bank account as a self-employed person, as well as a bank card that I can easily use for any business-related expenses. And it gets better than that, because every time I charge the most ordinary expense, for example, through Amazon, where I buy a cup of coffee, it will remind me to categorize that expense, whether it's business related or personal, and it will show me how much money I'm saving exactly. First of all, let's talk about phone bills. If you look at your phone bills and realize that they're, say, 60% of the time you're talking to your clients, then 60% of your phone bill is fully deductible. Think about how much money that will save you. I know many of your phone bills are pretty high, close to $100 or even more, so that can be pretty significant. Now, if you were to ask me something I switched over was for Google Fi. It turns out it's actually so much cheaper, especially because during the pandemic, we're home most of the time and I'm mostly using Wi-Fi. So I'm not gonna get a whole bunch of deductions because Google Fi can be as cheap as $25 to $40 per person a month. Worth checking it out. They're not sponsoring this video. I just really enjoy using them. Category number 2 is software. Now, this is a category that is very, very common for creative entrepreneurs. I can think of more than a dozen software I use on a regular basis, perhaps on a daily basis. Let's see, Squarespace for my website design, and I have multiple websites for my business as well as for my clients. I use FreshBooks for accounting, creating invoices, and I use Canva for online design. It goes on and on and on. I included my list of favorite software in the description below in case some of you guys are interested. Check it out. That's probably the highest spending category for me as a business. Category number 3, we're talking about office supplies. Duh, we got pens and papers and pads. For those of you who are content creators out there, there may be higher expenses you need to consider. For example, purchasing of a camera, a tripod, memory cards for your camera, external microphones, or maybe like this ring light that I have right behind this camera right now. Be sure to keep track of those expenses if they are necessary for your business, as it definitely is for me as a YouTuber, but I also create online courses, so these expenses are all part of my office. Category number 4, office and venue rent. Now, during the pandemic, many of us are working from home. Prior to that and after the pandemic, I suspect that many of you guys may still consider places like WeWork or a shared working space or environment. If you're a podcaster out there, you may be renting an external recording studio because they will be able to produce higher quality sound. Who knows? For a lot of YouTubers, they even rent places where they can take photos and they can create a new environment. And I am a YouTuber who mostly records everything from home. Another type of venue rent are for videographers. So from 2016 to about 2019, I actually shot a lot of videos and concerts for clients. So if there are expenses that incurred during those events, then those are also deductible. Category number 5, contract labor. Now that is a pretty big category for me. I have an editor and producer for my documentary, for this YouTube channel, as well as for my podcast. Herman and I have been working together for the past 5 years already, so he's been on my contractor list for a long time, but I also have 2 virtual assistants, and I also need to compensate them on a monthly basis. Now, when you add everything all up, it's a lot of money. But in addition to that, you may have contractors you hire for a one-time purpose, a one-time project. You want to keep track of these expenses, pay people on time, right? That's also very important. But before the end of the year, you want to take a moment and submit and gather all the 1099s. Now, one thing, in case you're curious, you do not have to submit 1099s for people who work overseas. Category number 6 is car expenses. So if you use your vehicle for work, most of us do, then the car expenses can also be deductible. If you use your car for both work as well as personal, same thing, just like your phone bill, you can divide that based on the percentage of which you use your personal vehicle for work. A lot of things that may come to mind: gas, mileage, but at the same time, car maintenance. I have an older car, so maintenance is certainly part of it. Car insurance is another category. Also, if you have a loan on your car and payments you need to submit as part of the loan are also deductible. Category number 7, which is marketing and advertising. I love this category and how Found described it in their guide. If your advertising isn't working, your ads, social media ads, or what have you, then it's still deductible. So this is a very common category for creative entrepreneurs. When you create a course, when you create a digital product, most likely you need to get the word out by submitting ads. And these ad expenses are fully deductible. But there are other marketing materials and expenses as well, such as traditional flyers, brochures, things you print out, gadgets, a pen with your brand name on it. Those are also deductible, as well as MailChimp, which is for email marketing, HubSpot. A lot of people find it really helpful. These expenses are 100% deductible for your business. Category number 8, health insurance. If you're self-employed and you pay for your own health insurance, i.e. you don't have an employer who pays for your health insurance, where you don't have a spouse or a partner who pays for your health insurance, then your health insurance premium is also deductible. Category number 9, business travel. Before the pandemic, I was traveling a lot for my business. Every time you travel, when it comes to airfare, hotel, even dry cleaning while you're living in the hotel, train tickets, rental cars, taxis, these are all tax deductible. Make sure you keep track of them. IRS is looking for expenses that's called ordinary and necessary. That means nothing extravagant. So Found uses the example of if you were gonna get into a day spa and spend hundreds of dollars on a massage and a certain treatment, then no, those are not deductible. Number 10, which is business meals. This is where things get a little bit tricky, because years ago, when I first started my business, 70% of business meals were deductible. However, in recent years, including 2020, and I believe 2019 as well, only 50% of the business meals are deductible. So when you're on the road, you want to be sure to track and take pictures of your receipts. Thanks to Found, any meals over $75, Found will remind you right away to take a picture immediately. The same necessary and ordinary expense applies. You want to make sure the number of meals as well as the places you go are ordinary and normal for your business and for your industry. Certainly, if you go out for a meal that costs thousands of dollars, might just raise a flag for the IRS, and they may just audit you. So make sure you keep in line with those things. So I hope you enjoy this video. If there's anything else you want to learn, want to see me create, please leave in the comment below. I really adore this community and I love creating content on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Before I leave, I want to say that, as I mentioned, Found sponsored this video, but they created a lot of really useful guides related to self-employment, taxes, alongside with this extraordinary product they have. So be sure to check out the link for this article, but you might be able to find other articles and information you enjoy as well. Another reason why I'm so excited to collaborate with Found on these videos is that I love the simple and minimalist approach to business banking for self-employed. This is so important because at the end of the day, all of us want to save money, accumulate points. We have all these credit cards floating around for our business, but at the same time, it just creates chaos and a mess that we have to clean up later. It is so much better to spend consciously and to simplify everything, because guess what? Trust me, when you have your own business, things might get complicated sometimes. It is really important to have a partner, have a company you can trust when it comes to business finances. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in a future video. Bye for now. Mwah.